All right, so welcome back. We're installing Centrify HyperScalable PaaS in a lab environment. In the past video, we activated our deployment and we validated that now we can connect to it. The tentacles of the platform are the connectors. Connectors can do different things like bridging Active Directory or LDAP. They can be jump boxes. They can be proxies. They can be API gateways. There's a lot of things that connectors can do, and they've always been highly available. Ideally, you would have a couple of connectors per site, per services that you want to offer. And obviously you have to think about load as well. I'm going to just go ahead and quickly set up a connector. This environment is very bare bones, so there's very little here. There's not even Active Directory here because part of my testing is to make sure that we can deploy some of the nodes for PaaS without having a dependency with Active Directory, which was one of the challenges with using Windows clustering. So here I've got the bits downloaded. So I need to run the setup command. So let me see. Let's go ahead and check out the downloads here, and it's this 4 here. And the connector setup can also be fully automated. If you don't know how to automate it, just go into GitHub and find, I think it's a Terraform connector or connector automation. But it is fully automatable. Again, this is a lab. Some of you are new, so just making sure that you can see steps one by one is going to help you build up to do your own automation. Okay? So in here, because there's no directories or anything, the connector setup is smart enough to just drop the binaries. And this is going to give me some basic functionality, which is going to be the ability to do jump box access to systems. So I'm going to cancel out of this. I don't want to run a discovery. But one of the things that perhaps I want to do is add a couple of systems. When this guy registers here, I will continue and I will add them, and then we're gonna see some of the functionality in action. All right, so the connector bits were dropped. Now we're just configuring it. I just press next here. Here are my credentials and the URL. Enable strong protocols means that you just set up TLS 1.2 and no proxy, and just registers the connector real quick. The next thing I'm going to do is populate a couple of systems, a couple of accounts, so we can test that this service is running as expected. All right, so now I have a Centrify connector working here. If I close over here and I go to network, I should see that. This is probably because I'm using some pre-release software here, but let's go into the nitty-gritty of this is testing high availability and scalability, right? So the worker nodes, typically that's the job system. So there's not necessarily need for real-time things. If you don't have highly available worker nodes, your jobs are just gonna queue. Relay nodes, typically you wanna use them if you have a lot of clients. But the key here is the web layer. And what I've done is that I've done DNS round robin. So if you want to check which node is in work right now, the one that is responding is web 1. If I wanted to test high availability here, what I could do is I could stop the Windows IIS service on this machine and see what I'm going to get if I want to go to another node. So we're going to try and do that. So it would be stop. I would say stop service. And that's going to be the W3SVC. And that should stop IIS in this machine, effectively making it so it doesn't respond to web requests, right? One thing that I can also do is I'm going to sign out if it allows me to do it, because I was talking to the server that I just brought down. And we could clear our cache and see what happens. So, but I think that this is super simple. When you look at the health ping um, endpoint, um, I'm getting a response that a load balancer should get. But the fact that I'm able to work with this just tells me right away that um, my test for high availability on the web layer just is successful. So notice that I'm able to respond to the versioning. And now let's take a look to see if I can authenticate. And notice that Web 2 is responding. So from my perspective, this is working as expected. In the next few videos that are going to be in a different playlist, we're going to add more functionality to it, make sure that I have the proper data on it. And you should see another playlist that shows you how to do an upgrade. We're gonna upgrade to 20.4. You should see another upgrade that or another list that allows you to see a migration from the old cluster into the new cluster, and some other miscellaneous videos. So I'm hoping that this playlist was helpful to you.